Hello there, lovely people, it's Alex from Nintendo Life here. Now, if you've clicked on this video, you may also be wondering to yourself, what the hell is Fire Emblem Heroes? And hopefully, I'm going to answer that question for you here today. Now, I do want to say quickly before we get into anything that if you are a Fire Emblem veteran, you probably will know most of this already. So, if you want to, you can just shuffle off the video, but if you want to stay and hang around and see if there's something new, that'd be cool too, because it's not exactly the same. But anyway, yes, Fire Emblem Heroes. So this is a new game that has been released by Nintendo, and it's a freemium, if you like. It's free to download, but there are in-app purchases, you have been warned. And let's get it up on the screen now, and it looks like this. Now, I do apologise if any notifications come through. That's just kind of the nature of things. Why is that? That's because I tapped menu instead of start. Let's tap start instead. That generally gets you further in the game. So the basic premise of this game is it's a turn-based strategy game where you have to just move your units around and try and defeat the opponent. But there's a lot more going on behind the scenes and things like that, and a lot more for you to do. And I'm going to have to refer to my notes, which is very, very, very professional. But yes, we are going to start off with the thing that they are trying to push the most, and that is summoning. Now, I've been saving up so that I've got enough to summon some heroes, and it's, as you can see down here, it's 5 orbs a time, orbs being the premium, if you like, currency in the game. You can get them just by playing the game, but obviously you can buy them as well. They are quite expensive, so, you know, do take that into account. But we're just going to go ahead. I have no idea what I'm going to get, so yes, I'm going to pay 5 now. As you'll watch here, I pay for 5, and then when it loads, now, you see, now these are the orbs that have been summoned. Now, I have to tap on a stone, and the hero will reflect the colour of the stone. The colour of the stone dictates what kind of hero it will be. So let's start off with a blue one, because we got loads. Let's go with that one, yeah. Here we go. Oh, here we go. We have got, who is that? Sully. We've got Sully. Now, yeah, it's quite embarrassing. My Fire Emblem knowledge is not very broad. Good lord, 4-star. Hey, I'm Sully. Count on me to do my best. And between you and me, my best is pretty damn good. Well, I will take your word for it. And she's on horseback. That's really cool. And yes, now you can see that I can pay another 4 orbs to get another hero. You notice it's less than the 5. Now, if I were to go back, it would cost me, you know, it wouldn't cost me anything. But if I wanted to summon another hero, it would cost me another 5 again. So I'm actually going to do the whole kit and caboodle. I'm going to do every single orb here so we can see the various people that can happen, and I've been saving up and waiting just for you, just so you can see this. So what are we going to get this time? I hope it's someone I recognise. I really don't know that many people from, but good lord. That is Gentle Giant Draug. Wow, giant is the right word. I'm Draug, an Altian knight. My armour and I stand between our enemies and our allies. Okay, so he's some sort of like Wally type fellow, and he's got a sword which is red kind. It's got a sort of a, well, I'll get into that later on. But yeah, let's do another 4 and see what we get this time. Confirm. Another blue stone, so that's going to be a Lance type hero. What's it going to be? It is Donnell, I see, right. My name's Donnell, I'm just a farmer from a little bitty village, but I can fight this pot's not just for show. Well, fair enough. Okay, now I do apologise. I've just realised that I had the audio off for that entire time, so I do apologise for the quietness there, but you haven't really missed out on much. Okay, so we're going to do another one. This is a colourless stone, which is a hero arm with a colourless type weapon, which is a staff or a bow or something like that. Let's see who we're going to get. It is Absent Archer Setsuna. Setsuna, I've heard that name before. That's probably someone's username or something like that. I'm Setsuna from the kingdom of Hoshido. I'm good with Hoshido, of course. Oh, I've even played Fire Emblem Fates. I'm such a forgetful sod. I play so many games that everything just blurs into one. Anyway, we've got one more to go, and now you see this last one only costs us 3 orbs, so it's a bargain in many ways. So let's get this final one. It's another Lance-based hero. What are we going to get? Come on now, don't keep me hanging. Come on. Come on you. Come on, mate. Come on. Ooh. Oh, it's Robin! I know that one. Yes, I'm guessing this is one of the legendary heroes you can get. There's a special event going on at the moment. High Deliverer Robin. Nice. Hello, I'm Robin. I'm a tactician for the Shepherds, so let me know if you need a battle plan. I will do just that, Robin. So we've now got a wealth of new heroes, 5 brand new ones, and all the other ones that I had previously, so why don't we stop beating around the bush and do some proper battling. Now, this is the main chunk of the game. You tap the thing at the bottom here that says battle, and you go to one of these various areas here. To begin with, only story maps will be available to you, so I'm going to do story maps first. Right, now, main story. So you just go in here, and yeah, it's just basically little individual missions, and they're fairly short and sort of bite-sized, so nice for a mobile phone. So let's just jump straight in with Prince of Conquest. And it looks like it's going to cost me an orb. It does not. It costs me stamina, which you can see right at the top, in the top left-hand corner. I've got 50 out of 50. The orb is what I can win, which is nice, because that's the premium currency. So if we win some of that, that's going to be absolutely fan-dabby-dozy. Right. Xander, I know all about that name. How intriguing you managed to battle your way to me. Princess Veronica said that the Order of Heroes had the advantage of a legendary summoner. That's us. Well, me. Clearly, that is true. Still, we'll put a stop to you now. Laszlo, Perry, let's show them that we will not fall to their force. I have fun with voices. Anyway, so now we are on this grid here. Now, all these characters have different things. Now, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, I get my left and right mixed up. You can see this thing down here, which I've just tapped on, which is the weapon triangle, which is advantage attack plus 20% and disadvantage minus 20%. And basically, as you can see, red is super effective against green, green is super effective against blue, and blue is super effective against red. And the other way round, it's the disadvantage. Think Pokemon. But enough of all that, let's get right into the battle now. You can see down the bottom here where it says danger area, I can tap that, and that shows areas where in the next turn the enemy can attack. So I want to kind of avoid those areas, but if you don't actually go into it, the enemy generally doesn't tend to move, so do bear that in mind. For example, if I move this character up here just by dragging and dropping, and then I end my turn without moving the others, I'm guessing the enemy won't move. Nope. Oh no, the enemy is moving. That's unusual. Often they don't move because they want to get the jump on you. But this is really good because now I've got the jump on them. So what I'm going to do now is we've got a green person there. Now this character here is green. So if I move it here and drag it over the top of this enemy here, I will attack them. And because they're blue and I'm green, I'm super effective, if you like, against them. And I've taken them out in one hit. How marvelous is that? Now, I'm going to take, what have I got here? I'm going to take this red character here. This is Alphonse, and I'm going to attack this Axe Cavalier and hopefully kill it. I should have checked in advance, but I didn't. Oh, no, but you can actually see whether you're going to kill an enemy before you even attack them. It's quite handy-dandy. So I'm going to do that just now. Right. So I'm going to go up to Xander, as you can see here. This will actually do nothing. If you see Matthew here, will actually do no damage because it says 21 to 21. So I'm not going to bother doing that. I'm just going to keep my distance. And so I suppose it just comes down to ending a turn. So, yeah, I'm just going to have to end my turn. I might move Matthew down here, actually, just to keep him safe. So let's end my turn here. Oh, no, he caught up with me. Let's see what happens. Oof, takes off quite a lot of damage. And I can't retaliate because that is a ranged weapon. You can tell that because it's a colorless icon, which means I have to have at least one square space between me and the enemy in order to attack. But that means that if they are close combat, they can't attack me, so it's worth knowing. Now I'm going to use this blue lance user here. In fact, I'm going to bring him around here first. So if you sort of drag and trace the area you want to go, that shows where you are going to go as well, rather than if I were to just drag across here, I'd stay where I was. But if I drag up and around, I can dictate where I want to be at the end of that. So this is going to bring Xander's health down to 5. Now you may think that's not 5, but I get to attack twice because my speed is 5 points higher than his, which is handy dandy. In fact, you know what? Speaking of speed and stats and things like that, I'm going to have a look at Sharena here. And tap on that little icon up in the top left-hand corner, and you can see all the stats down here. Now, you've got HP, which is your hit points. If you lose all of them, you die. You've got your attack, which is the amount of damage that you do, or, you know, your base stat. You've got your speed, where, as I said previously, if you have 5 speed higher than the opponent, you will get to attack twice, which is marvelous. Now, Also got defense, which dictates your defense against physical attacks, and you've also got your resistance, which is your defense against magical attacks and things like that. And that includes staves, breath attack spells, things like that. And lastly, we've got SP. Now, I'm not going to go on too much about that. We'll come back onto it later, so don't worry about that just yet. Right, now in order to finish these guys off, I am just going to take this unit here and attack this Axe Cavalier from the back, definitely killing them. There we are. Marvellous. And that allowed Alphonse to level up, and he says, I've gained the strength I require to battle on. And of course that raises your stats just like any other sort of RPG. And now I do believe I might be able to nearly take this enemy out. Yes, there we go. Taking quite a hit. But I should be able to... Oh no, that was a bad move. That was a very bad move. Because now, all of a sudden, Matthew is left out in the open. In fact, that's quite a good way of showing it to you. Matthew's now left out in the open. He's going to get killed, no doubt. He often gets killed because he's a light character, or at least that's my experience with him. Maybe if you're better at the game, you'll have better luck. But thankfully, we have got loads of characters left, so I'm now just going to crack on and take these suckers out for all they're worth. So I'm going to bring Sharina down here to take on Xander, and finally take him out once and for all. There we go, he is down. And I'm also going to take my little character Alphonse up here and attack this sucker, and that should be the end of it. And indeed it is. So let's see what happens. The XP goes up, the stage is clear. Excellent, and that is the stage clear. It's as simple as that, and that is the basic principle of how you battle. And as you can see, I got that one orb as a sort of congratulations, as a reward essentially for completing that level. Unfortunately, you can't get an orb every single time you do a level. It has to be a new level that you have not completed yet, so do bear that in mind. Now, a new chapter has been added to the main story, lovely, and as you go through, obviously just like any other story-based game, you unlock new missions as you go on. But there is more to it than just that. Oh look, World of Binding. I'm not going to do that just yet though, because we're going to look at some other things. So the important thing before you go into battle, and something that I did originally plan to talk about before I actually showed you the battle, but it doesn't matter, is the teams. Now, as you can see at the top here, I've got my 4 characters in a team, and you can have multiple teams. In fact, you can have quite a few by the looks of it. And in order to build up a team, you basically tap an empty square, tap a character, tap an empty square, tap a character, and so on and so forth until you have filled up. In fact, I am going to try and... Oh no, you undo. And that's how you get rid of someone. And what I want to do is get Robin in the first place, because then Robin's going to do all the chattering. Having multiple teams is really important in order to try and sort of broaden your tactical field, have different characters with different abilities and different attacks and all that sort of thing, in order to make sure that you can defeat the most number of enemies possible and win the most number of fights, because that's very important. Now, you may have thought that that last battle was seriously easy, and it was fairly easy, but we can make things a little bit harder. If you look up here where it says normal, tap that and you can go on to hard mode. Now, hard mode, basically, it's just a harder mode. The enemies are higher levels with higher HP, and you can even go one step further and go on lunatic mode, which I think is beautifully named, and that again is even harder still. I'm not going to show you that because otherwise this video will go on forever. But say you've just got a new character like we did when we summoned, and they're not very good. You want to level them up because they're level 1. Well, I'm going to do that with Robin here, I tell you what. Now, I've just gone into allies here and gone into level up. Tap on Robin, click next, and using this stuff at the side up here, I think I can just use a little sparkle to show you. Those are crystals, and you can use those to level up your character immediately, which is really handy. So I can get Robin all the way up to level 5 straight away. I'm not going to do that because I want to try and save and level up other characters as well, so I'm just going to get into level 2 and use 100 crystals to do so. Let's increase that. Level up. Marvellous. But how do you get these crystals? Well, I'm glad you asked, and I will show you in just a mini moment. In order to get these crystals, you have to go down to this little fountain here and complete quests and missions. Now, if we go over to, here we are, shards and crystals, so here we are. I've got one that I can actually claim. There's another 500 waiting for me. If I do that, yes, I got Universal Shard 500, and that is because I just did that previous mission. It was the end of a chapter, and so I got more stuff, which is fan-dabby-dozy, and so I can level up loads of people. It's really cool. Now, one last thing I want to mention, and it's coming back to the SP thing that I mentioned earlier, is skills. Now, you need to use these. Well, you don't need to use them, but they are marvelously useful to have. They do all sorts of wonderful things, new attacks, new weapons, and things like that, and so I'm going to show you how to do that. So you go into Learn Skills, and let's see if we can find a character who has enough SP to learn a skill. Here we are. Cecilia has 94 SP. Wow, that's quite a lot. And so let's have a look through the things we can learn here. Attack +1, that's just grants +1 attack. Escape Route 1 enables unit who owns HP less or equal to 30%, or is no greater than, to warp adjacent to any ally. Blimey, that sounds really good. So I'm going to learn that. So let's tap on that. There we go. Teach. Teach escape route. Equip straight away, because I think that's going to be really good. You choose to bestow this upon me, I will live up to your expectations. I hope you should. Now, skills come in so many different forms. You've got things that boost attack, things that boost defense, basically the whole kazoo, anything you can think of, you're pretty much going to find one character who has at least one of those sort of things. So make sure you check that out and do not just forget about it, because it's easy to forget about, and you'll come a cropper when you get onto the later levels, I'm sure. And there you have it. Those are the absolute basics you need to know about Fire Emblem Heroes in order to play on your iOS or Android device. You can download it from the App Store for your chosen device straight away. If you happen to be in the United Kingdom and Europe, it's available. At the time of recording, it's not available in North America, but hopefully by the time this video goes out, it will be. So fingers crossed for that. Remember, it is free to download, so download it, see if you enjoy it. If you don't, there's no hassle. You know, you can just download it for free and see if you like it, so give it a go. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you talk yourself hoarse about a game you've only been playing for about 4 hours towards that subscribe button, and be sure to check out NintendoLife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye bye.